So, welcome back to Ask a Monk. Next question comes from Burkus Circus, who asks, any advice about fearing to look at reality? Fearing enlightenment? I find myself over and over again in the fog of fear, and it whispers in my ear to the effect that it's not safe out there. Fearing to look at reality. Well, it's difficult not knowing you and why it is that you're afraid to look at reality or what exactly you mean by that. But, I think generally speaking it's important to understand that reality is not out there. Reality is all of our illusions. All of our illusions are formed off of reality. So we can become comfortable in illusion and think that giving up these illusions might be somehow scary, that if the concept and the idea of not living our life the way we do, not having these illusions, not being who we are, and so on. And this relates, I think, with the idea of fearing to give up, having to give up things that you find you hold dear. And this is a big concern that people have, is having to give up those things that you don't want to give up. And I've addressed that. I think that's part of the fear, is this fear that we're going to have to give up things that we like, things that we want to hold on to. But the point is that you don't have to, and so you don't have to go outside of yourself. You don't have to leave behind who you are and what you are. You just have to look at that. You have to start seeing it clearly. And it's not really, I would bet that it's not really the way you say it is. You say, that you're, it's scary out there, and somehow that you're comfortable in the illusions, or that you're afraid of going outside of who you are, fearing enlightenment and so on. But I would say that ask yourself: are you suffering? Do you have pain? Do you have stress in your life? Because obviously your mind is not saying, "Oh, this is good, let's hold on to this." Your mind is saying, "Oh, this is unpleasant, that is unpleasant," and there is stress and suffering in your life. So looking at that, that's really the door to enlightenment, the door to freedom. Looking at why we suffer, looking at why we are not at peace with ourselves, why we have stress, why we have disappointment, why we want and need things that we don't have. Rather than focusing on the idea of enlightenment or the idea of some external thing that we call reality. Reality is every moment. It's you typing on the keyboard. It's you looking at the computer screen. It's you clicking the mouse. It's you sitting in the chair. It's the heat in the room and the cold in the room. It's the people in the next room shouting and so on. It's all of these things that are occurring right here and now. It's the emotions in your mind and the tensions and the pains and the aches and the sensations in the body. It's your experience, and so looking at this and seeing it clearly, there's nothing scary about that. It's just a matter of understanding that that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about some external reality or external truth or so on. Truth is here and now, and it's within yourself, and it's within your illusions, and it's simply seeing your reality for what it is, seeing who you are for what it is. So there's some advice, I think, in a general sense, on how to overcome this fear of enlightenment. Don't think about enlightenment. Don't think about reality. Just start to live your life clearly aware. Live your life with a clear mind. Let's put it that way. You're living your life you know, going back and forth between liking and disliking, up and down, like a yo-yo, and with a lot of stress and tension. Try to live your life in such a way that is free from that, where you see things clearly, where you experience things for what they are, and stop judging and compartmentalizing things into good and bad and me and mine and so on. So hope that helps. All the best.